On your marks, get set, bake.
I love that.
Good flavor.
That I really like.
That is delicious.
Bakers, your time is up.
Welcome back to the tent. It is Crème. It's a Great British Bake Off podcast, hosted by me, the Internet's Terror 713, and her, the Internet's Nick Jew. We doing it again, people. This go round is episode 3 of the Great American Baking Show from the Roku channel. Good folk over there. Truly, they are. You'll never fully understand it, but it takes a lot of work to get this doing what we do at this point. And so it's kind of nice to have people behind the scenes who are like, I got you. Let me help you out as best one can. But as so far, the entire go round this season, we're not alone. We have a guest in the house. It's Mrs. Parwana. Sorry, thank you so very much for joining us. Got to put some respect on it. You know what I'm saying? I never want to diss nobody. Thank you so very much for joining us this week.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
Excited to have you. Cannot wait to just chop it up with you and talk tent and so forth and so on. You know what it is, people. Every week we have a little news segment. It's called Bakers Make the World Go Round. I play this music, then we talk news. Our news this week is, of course, us interviewing Parwana. It's going to be great. Let me push this button right quick. Bakers make the world go round. I need y'all to know it's hot in Cleveland right now.
And it's a little chilly in my house. I put on my sweatshirt. I didn't think I was gonna need this anymore.
Sweating like a stove. So it is 78 degrees in this room right now, and I got a hot cup of tea. I'm not turning the air on yet. It's gotta be until I gotta wait till May.
Yeah.
I can't do it. But what's up, Parwana? Thanks for kicking it with us.
Thank you.
Here, my child just walked in. Let me give them their drugs.
Is that Lee?
Yes, it is Lee. Oh, you gotta poke your head in so your aunt can see you because she got to see your hair.
I can't swallow a pill right now.
Hi.
Hello.
It's his prom hair because
I love the t-shirt.
Oh, of course. and unlike some children, he knows his Nirvana.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, knows and loves him some Nirvana. But his prom this weekend, and so of course he dyed his hair to match his tux.
Yes.
Fun.
He's gonna be super duper fancy. But Parwana was in the tent this go around. She got to be one of this rare rarefied group of bakers that got to head on over to the tent and kick it. And hey, didn't work out as much as one would have wanted, but you still got to go to kick it in London, go to the tent, be in the tent, meet Paul and Prue, though a silence Prue. That kind of man, what a random.
Oh gosh, yeah, that was random.
Daniel said you weren't even feeling that great on that first episode. So what the heck happened?
Yeah. Oh my God! So my little brother, he's still on my beef list right now. He decides for the first time in 2 years to visit me 10 days before we were supposed to fly to London. And he arrives at our house with the wonderful gift of COVID. So I avoided COVID like the plague. I'm probably the last person in the world who still masks in public places. And I'm just really paranoid about getting sick. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, it's my little brother. He's the only person I'm going to let, enter our space a week or two before we go out for this big adventure. So anyway, TLDR, I got COVID. We had to change my flight 3 times, and I literally flew in the day before with just 1 day between getting there and getting into the tent.
Oh
And when I got there, yeah, so it was kind of like a weird fairy tale where my fairy godmother gave me COVID and a respiratory tract infection. So I went straight to urgent care, basically spent half the day there, and then landed in the tent the next day with a 102 fever. It was rough, but I knew, I was like, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. If I don't go for it, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. But yeah, I was like crazy sick. I was barely standing up, but I was COVID free at the time. So I had 5 negative tests, and I was like, okay, it's an infection. I'll push through. Lots of ibuprofen and lots of water, but no sleep. And
I'm hoping you were just slightly nauseous. You were sick.
No, I was seriously sick. Yeah, I had a fever for another 5 days after I left the tent. Like, it took forever to get better. So, as much as I would have loved to stay for more episodes, I think, things work out the way they're supposed to. And I probably wouldn't have recovered.
Yeah. That's good gracious.
Yeah.
Did you bring the kid with you?
I did. Yes.
Love that. Love that.
He and my husband were in an Airbnb in London, so they were waiting. They were waiting out there for me.
So basically, just you get the convalescent in London, hang out there for a little bit to try to get to feel better, or did you guys just go?
I did, yeah. No, so I definitely spent about a week recovering, and then we went to. We actually got to explore the countryside. We went to Bath, even though everyone's like, "Don't pronounce it like that." Like, no, I went to Bath. We visited the Cotswolds. It was beautiful. It was great. Like, it was definitely better than being at home. I would have done it a million times over. Ideally without being sick, but
right.
Yeah.
I perused your Instagram a little bit, and I have to say you might be one of the best bakers to ever go home first. I really wish we got to see more of you in the tent. Your like entremets, like all of the patisserie that you do is so beautiful. And I super love that for your viewing party, you remade those tree cookies. You know what? I can do these cookies neatly.
I'm like, I am redeeming myself. Let the people know what I can do.
Yes. It was time. It was always time that was your enemy.
Oh God, me and time. Yeah. My enemy my whole life.
Same.
We laughed about it because, of course, you're on the show. You say, my mom was like, how you going to do this? You're terrible with time. I'm like, dang, Mom, you can't do that. You got to give me, pump me up before I go do this.
I swear to God, she literally called me like every night before. She's like, Patty, Patty is short for Parwana. She's like, Patty, I cannot sleep. I'm just imagining what's going to happen when the clock starts ticking.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
don't we love it when our mothers pass their anxiety on to us?
It's great. It's great. I'm like, yeah, she knows me. She knows me.
Oh, stop. We're just going to blame it on illness and never time.
Yes.
You're great with time. You're just sick. Stop it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So I got a range of questions all over the place. I have not added any additional ones, so you might have heard one of these before, but I get that. But this is always my favorite one to ask because, of course, we're fans of it here.
Yeah.
Of course, were you a fan of the Bake Off before heading over here to the tent?
Oh my God, the hugest fan. Like, my husband Ben and I, we literally binge watched it every night. Like, I've watched season 9 of the British version 4 times, end to end. It's my favorite season. They're all great, but that one.
Who won 9?
Giuseppe.
Jürgen.
Oh my God, but they were all so good. Literally every baker on that season was equally amazing. But yeah, Jürgen and Giuseppe were definitely my favorites. And like one of them has to win.
Yeah.
Well, of course, that was the next question. Who's your favorite baker? Of course, in this house, we say Jürgen. Nick Jew wants to change it up every week, so we'll get hers here shortly. But who, if you have had a favorite baker, is your favorite baker?
Okay, so it's definitely can I give 3 because
Of course
I
you can.
cannot choose. Oh my god,
As
I
you
cannot
go.
choose. Part of the reason I have timing issues because I like to do too many things all at once. So Jurgen, Giuseppe, and Freya because oh my god, the way Freya says cappuccino, it's the cutest thing ever.
Freya was my little my vegan baker,
Vegan.
right?
That's who I was trying to think of the last time. Yeah, Freya.
She's
I
adorable.
don't switch it up. I just because we're gonna ask the
No,
question so
not
many
switch it up. I mean,
times.
prepare to have a different
Yeah.
answer. Don't not.
Today it's Kim Joy. Shout out to Kim Joy.
Oh, yes.
Joy.
Yeah.
Love Kim Joy.
She's so
Multiple
creative.
has at this point written multiple books. People, Kim Joy. If you remember Kim Joy's season of Bake Off, she is still fire at baking.
Yeah.
So trust. And
100%.
also fire at telling fools when to shut up when they try to talk crazy to her. And I love that for her as
I
well.
love that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So
Indeed. Who taught you baking? How'd you get into baking? What made you say, I might be able to do that? Because I've seen what you can bake, like Nick was saying, and bro, that don't come easy. So what brought you to baking?
Literally the show. Like my husband, yeah. So my husband Ben and I started watching the show during the pandemic because, like, actually just before the pandemic started when I was pregnant, and I had a very, very high stress pregnancy. So we're like, okay, we need to stop watching Game of Thrones and something a little chiller. So we got tipped off to Bake Off and started watching it, and literally would watch the signature and the technical. And after months, I thought, hey, maybe I could bake something like that once. And then the showstopper would always happen. And I'd say, you know what? Never mind. Like, there's no way. There's just no way. But that's what got me into baking. And I started baking at the start of the pandemic. When everyone else got into sourdough, I got into cakes and cupcakes because I love to eat them and I couldn't go out to buy any. So I thought, I've got to figure out how to make those at home. So everything has been self-taught. Yeah.
So in 6 years, you've gotten
in 4 years.
Oh, right.
It was 4 between the time I started and by the time
audition.
My
God. And then you did like a one-on-one kind of baking intensive while you were over in London. Is that with what's her name?
Yeah. With Noor Candler.
Yeah.
I did a half-day workshop with her and she's just amazing. I'd been following her for probably like 2 years on Instagram and obsessed with her aesthetic, her designs, the flavors. And I'd reached out to her a few times to see if there was any way she would be open to that. And she was gracious and invited me into her home for a half-day workshop. And it was so cool.
Amazing. Amazing.
You've been, with no doubt in my mind, might be the greatest baker to have ever stepped foot in that tent. To have done this and pull this off in this amount of time means you were meant to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm super pumped that you made. Look, like I said, I know we didn't get as far as we wanted to, but to have gotten where you got to in the time you got to it. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, thank you.
There are people who've been on this show and in that tent who have been baking since they were, babies. You knew what was up. That's super dope.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's so sweet. Oh my God. Just don't give me a timer.
Right.
Let me go all day.
It's always funny too, because everyone's like, we're just home bakers. Like, no, this is beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't true beyond like anybody. You should be somebody chef de pâtissier somewhere. You should be, I'm saying you should definitely be in somebody's restaurant. I don't know.
Oh my God, you're too sweet, T. Oh my God, thank you.
What are you doing in life?
Cry.
What are you doing in life that is not baking? Because you should be baking. Holy smokes.
Well, it's so funny. I actually, so I work in biotech and biopharma. I was a scientist back in the day, and then I went into into industry. So I work in biotech as a strategist and researcher.
Yeah.
So I have a strong science background, and I think that's why I love baking so much. The precision, everything has to be exact. Yeah. It's hilarious. We had a watch party at work yesterday that my team hosted for me. And everyone at the end of the episode, they were like, why are you here? And I thought they meant like, what am I doing at work today? Because I work remotely 4 days a week. They're like, no, you need to go open your own bakery. But it's hilarious. If you talk to my dad, he'll say, why are you going all the way to England to do like a cooking thing. You're a scientist. You should be in the lab. Like, oh my God, you have no idea what a huge honor this is. And like everyone at work is telling me to leave work and go do a bakery, like open a bakery.
Baking is science you can eat. Let that man know. Like this is tasty
Science you can eat.
science.
I love it.
I'm just like I said, I'm just so taken aback. This is so like now you're that much cooler.
I'm just
Oh my God, thank you.
putting some of Parwana's greatest hits in the chat.
I'm going to copy them and open them in a different page. So I'm going to show you guys while we're hanging out here some of these bakes off of her IG. A second here. Like, bruh, yeah.
So I'm curious, what was your plan for bread week?
I had the cutest little koala. Okay, so you know Adela's elephant on the show? It was like the cutest thing I've ever seen.
It was adorable.
It was so adorable. So almost identical aesthetic, but a koala. So I had paparotti buns as the koala body, like different sizes with a coffee creme pat insert. And then I had a chai swirl. Gosh, I can't even remember the name of the bread, but it was like a chai swirl loaf that was very fluffy and airy. He was sitting on like a tree stump.
Oh, how
And then I had a chocolate ciabatta breadsticks basically as the tree branches. So three different breads, which of course I wouldn't have gotten done in time.
I need y'all to peep this pan au chocolat. Cause look at that. I just want to bite it.
I did too. I really wanted to eat it, but I've recently gone gluten-free and dairy-free. I couldn't even taste that. I was so sad. I was so sad.
Oh my gosh. What's the other one you sent me? Let me paste and go.
And then one more. Look at that bread.
Thank you.
Come on. What are we doing here?
So this actually has a really funny story. The first time I auditioned for the baking show twice. The first time I took a loaf of bread. It was the first time I'd ever attempted to bake bread. And ironically, I had just gotten over the first time I had COVID during my audition.
Oh.
So it's just like, it's always related to baking.
Yeah.
But when I took my first ever loaf of bread into the tasting audition, the tasting food producer, she basically gave me glowing feedback on my desserts, but with the bread, she was like, I usually can tell which element went wrong in the bake. I have no idea what happened with your bread. No. So after that, it was my mission to learn how to bake bread properly. And that's where that sourdough loaf comes in.
Awesome.
I'm just gonna look at these macarons though, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Plus, almond flours, you can't eat these.
I can, yes, as long as I don't fill them, because if I put any dairy-based ganache in there, then yeah, but I can fill them with like strawberry jam or something else.
I'm saying this loaf of bread is. If you are simply listening to this, and hey, thank you for listening, you should really be watching what we do here because I'm showing you these. This loaf of bread is wild, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, wowzers, that's crazy.
That's why I said when I was looking through your Instagram, like, I'm so sad that we didn't get to see the rest of the stuff that you had to offer.
Also, what camera are you using? Because these are really well shot.
Oh my God. It's all okay. I don't mean to advertise, but my Google Pixel.
Yeah.
I love the camera. It's insane. Everyone makes fun of me for not having an iPhone, but the camera on this thing, it's unreal. It's so good. This
looks like I'm not too much of a whatever about photography, but like these are really professional grade images. Really, things like I'm not trying. Look, no one comes over here. We ain't trying to blow smoke up anybody. Took us. I'm just saying these literally look good.
Thank you. I appreciate
these
that.
Are like really well composed shots. Of course, the food looks amazing. This is like I gotta give it up to you, homie.
Thank you. I used to do just amateur photography for fun back in the day.
I don't think you know what amateur means.
It just means she didn't get paid. That's all it means.
No, honestly, I'm an amateur at everything. Honestly,
I'm telling you, like you and the other amateur on far different levels here at this point. So
Thank you. You guys, I'm going to come back to this show every week if you talk to me like
Come on over.
we tell everybody, like, once you get in once, it's like at that point we'll just call upon you. We'll be like, hey, we're going to review Bake Off in the fall. We will review Bake Off in the fall, and we'll just drag every one of y'all on to just come kicking and do an episode or two with us. It's great. Trust me, you'll be back.
I would love to. I would love to. So fun.
Sports note: Indy just closed out the series.
I needed them to lose, not because I don't want to play them, but I wanted them tired.
What game?
Basketball. The Pacers and the Bucks. They just won they just won the series.
Which means they play us next, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I believe that series starts this Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Nick. I really wanted to be Cavs Warriors again.
That'd be awesome.
It would be amazing for very many reasons. I know this is the baking podcast, but I don't think that we're on borrowed time right now. So everything we do is amazing to me. So this might be the season that we win, because the last time we won, we came out of All-Star Week terrible. So this is we're just on hope and vibes right now.
Yeah.
Man, they won by a point too. Woof.
Yep. Yeah.
What is now I gotta go look. And currently the Knicks are up by a point. We want the Knicks to win as well. Well, actually, I don't care what the Knicks do. I need the Knicks to play the Celtics, and I need them to beat each other to a pulp.
Yeah.
So then if they play the Cavaliers, if we make it out past Indiana, then hopefully it's a smoother ride.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, y'all, sports.
Okay, baking show.
Oddly enough, any hobbies outside of baking?
Yeah, we love hiking. I think living in California is awesome because we get to be outdoors all the time. So constantly looking for all of the new trails. I especially like the coastal trails because I grew up in Nashville, where it's a landlocked state,
Memphis.
didn't have access to water, right? So like the first time I saw the ocean, it was a life-changing moment. And I just love doing like the coastal trails, going to the beach. Amateur photography, I haven't done it in a few years, but it's definitely something I'm trying to pick back up now that my son is starting to get a little older and needs a little tiny bit less attention. Tiny.
I'm telling you right now, my youngest is about to graduate. And I'm like, of course, I'm like, oh, poo-poo, sad face because of my baby. But also, I'm like, I've done it. I have successfully raised
the children. Yeah.
That's a huge deal.
The children are raised.
That's a massive deal. Like huge. Yeah.
So worry not. You enjoy it and take it day by day, but it's also okay to celebrate the look at you being able to take care of yourself a little more than I have.
Yeah. But ironically, I used to take photos all the time. So especially portraits, and all of my friends who had kids before I did have the most beautiful baby pictures that I've taken. I dropped my SLR like the moment my baby was born. All I have are these random like phone photos of him getting changed or spitting up his food. Like I have none of those beautiful portraits or like nice SLR photos.
See, I like it that way. It's kind of how it's supposed to work out. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Yours just
That's the memories.
Boy, very cool. What else? What else I have in my realm of questions? All right. So like I said, you didn't get a whole lot of time over there, and it's hint wise, but you got to mess around. I like to ask everybody this one too. How was it for you getting a hold of English ingredients, which seems so different than American ingredients for baking with?
Yeah, so it's so funny. I mean, I literally had one day between arriving and getting into the tent. So unlike the other bakers, I didn't have a chance to actually test any of my bakes out with the British ingredients until that first day. But I do remember after I came back from urgent care, I was talking to the producers, and they were telling me, look, if you need to find molasses, if you're able to do a practice bake of your cookies tonight, you can't find real molasses in England, but 2 of the bakers have some that they got from somewhere. So reach out to them. So I remember I reached out to the baker's WhatsApp, and within 5 seconds, knock on my door, Sweet Kim bless her heart,
Damn.
wearing a mask, shows up at my door with a bright, like I could see her smile through the mask. Like it was just so sweet. And she was just like, "Hi, welcome. We're so happy you're finally here. And just here's a giant jar of my molasses. You take it. You have it. I've practiced enough." And I was like, I would never forget that. It was just the sweetest, most thoughtful gesture. So the next day when I used the molasses, it seemed great. Like it worked perfectly fine. And, but there's definitely like some differences. Like the heavy cream was very different.
Yeah.
The sugars are really different. So
Every
they take a
time-
little
That's the one
longer
that
to
kind of
dissolve. And yeah. Oh my God.
that's the one that every time I hear about it, it's just like, this is really driving me insane. Why do we have do we need multiple sugars? Or maybe are we doing it wrong, or are they doing it wrong?
Yeah.
We're doing
I don't
it
know. I mean, who's doing it wrong? Like, I don't know. I just know at home, everything comes together really quickly, and there, everything took like an extra 20 minutes to come together.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna blame them.
But see, when I got home from overseas, everything I ate in America made me sick for a week.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Their dairy products are superior. I think I heard Adela comment on that. But yeah, the heavy cream is something else over there, the double cream. It's really nice.
There you go, people. That's that's what it is to go to a foreign land and try to bake in a kitchen that's not yours.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah.
But also, I'm like I said, I find it so cool that I'm not trying to say thank you, but I think it's so dope that the Roku channel was like, not only are we gonna bring the American Baking Show back, but we are going to go get Paul and Prue. We ain't gonna play around with nobody else. And Nick dropped off. That'll be fun. Well, she'll come back.
They always come back.
Look, right there, boom, there she goes. Like
Everything froze. I'm like, let me just refresh. It's probably me.
It's all good. But like I said, I think it's so fun that they were like, when they said, we're bringing back the baking show, we're going to do it right, and that involves getting Paul and Prue and the tent and hanging out in England and just doing it big. And I'm like, there you go.
Yeah.
I was like, there was like one season of the baking show. Who was on there? It was Steph's wife, right?
Yeah, Aisha Curry, right?
Yeah,
on the celebrity. I never saw that version of it.
Yeah, she was a pretty good host, and I think it was like Spice Adams or somebody. Like, there's a lot of things like I said. It was some decent people they had on the original. There's been like a couple of times. I think CBS had it first, and then ABC picked it up, and it just never worked out. So it just didn't.
Was there another contestant named Parwana? Because in my Google searches, I kept seeing like from season like 1 or something like that.
No,
Parwana.
The first Afghan, the first Parwana.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you guess what's up. Parwana the first.
Yeah. Parwana the first.
First of her name.
First of her name.
Yeah.
Well, people, that was a lovely bit of interview, wasn't it? I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. Right here, again, just like I had to last week, I'm going to stick a video right there that basically separates this from the rest of the show. Why I've not added it to the thing here so I can play it automatically yet is beyond me, but I haven't, so I have to edit it in later. But when we get back, we're going to review and recap episode 3. Episode 3 of season 3 of the Great American Baking Show on the Roku channel. See you in a bit. And like that, we're back. See, that happened. If you watch this live, you don't even have to worry with that little bit of a tidbit of whatever. Just saying. Let's get to it. It is bread week.
It's bread week.
Bruh, it was a rough one.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to it, but I have thoughts. A donut?
Oh my God.
I mean, it's bread. It's
That's so hard.
It's yeasted dough, and that's bread.
Sure. Sure. But a donut? That's like a taco.
Oh my
week
god,
that was.
Just say taco like they do.
Yeah, taco.
Yeah, no, because normally you have beef with things that are not baked on the baking show. I have beef with the deep fryer challenge too.
We do talk about it, but like I said, this one it's a yeasted dough, and I was like, I understand why it works like it works for this one.
Yes,
you get a walk on this one.
Yeah.
Our intro with dough, the H is silent, being massage. Was just funny enough to make me go,
Doug.
I love Doug.
The H is silent. It's dumb. Of course, we'll toss that intro in right here. Worry not, you'll get to see it as long as you're watching the video.
Oh yeah, okay. Yep. There we go. Okay, that's good.
Zach, what are you doing? We've got to start the show.
Casey, relax. It's only bread week.
Wait, but bread week is the most stressful week of the season.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm helping him relax.
Helping who? The dough?
His name is Doug. The H is silent.
Okay, you've got to stop messing around. Okay, we must start the show.
Well, I think our friend Doug is ready.
Welcome to the Great American Baking Show! Doug is very cute.
Yeah.
But man, I was okay with that joke too. I'm like, you know what I thought about? I was like, so on the Bake Off, like I want to say maybe the first episode, they'll drag Paul and Prue in for the bit, and I'm like, they should do that for the American one. They don't do that for the American one. And again, I know that it's a particular schedule they're running on over, and when they filmed the American version, so I get it. But still, if I can't have a full complement of bakers, then give me all my jokes.
Paul and Prue. Like that Barbie one was incredible.
Yeah,
remember that
one? I noticed the other day, Nick, they have some of the extra slice on Roku channel. So if you want to, if you ever want to check that out and see what the extra slice is all about, you can kind of get an idea of what they're doing on that. Awesome. The extra slice is basically the Talking Dead for a Bake Off. It's kind of what we want to be over here for the American Baking Show. So catch a vibe, people. You may want to check out an extra slice because it's very fun.
I have seen it once for Nelly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the homie. One of the best follows you'll have on TikTok. She's
she's so fun.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So,
but she also has a good message. She was making samosas and talking about like the cultural blend between her and her husband, and how like we're all kind of the same inside, like warm. And I was like, oh Nelly, I love her so much.
She's such a sweetheart.
Well, our remaining bakers on set are Adela, it's Alma, it's Chris, it's Daniel, Elisa, and Kim. What is up first, Nick?
Signature challenge is 2 loaves of soda bread. The loaves can be any flavor they want, but one must be sweet and one must be savory. The bread must be leavened using a chemical agent like baking soda rather than yeast. They have an hour and 45 minutes.
Hour 45, I don't know. But then I think about they don't have to prove soda bread because it's just not that kind of bake. So I guess that's plenty of time. But at the same time, never enough time. Let's walk on through it, y'all. Chris is up top. He's going for family favorite soda breads. Pickled jalapenos, corn, and cheddar are what's filling his cornbread. So, of course, you hear cornbread. In my mind, I need to jump to cornbread, which would be, cornmeal. But no, this is basically a corned bread.
No, he said he was doing the soda bread the way that he would do his cornbread. So it was his cornbread recipe, but just with the soda bread. The
soda bread is it's your base, which is kind of dope when you think about it. And also he's whipping up the not crust bun. It's a sweet loaf. It's filled with dried apricots, raisins, and topped with an apricot, however you say it, but glaze. I'm with that. Daniel, cheese board soda breads. There we go. Savory loaf is going to be filled with smoked red Leicester and Kalamata olives. The sweet loaf is going to be filled with brie, figs, and topped with caramelized pistachios. That will come back around in discussion. Adela, South to East Asia soda breads. A sweet loaf is flavored with pumpkin, then infused with masala, white chocolate, and raisins. The savory loaf is bacon, cheddar, kimchi, and some gochujang flakes to kind of bump the flavor up. What is Kim doing? Kim, Europe, then back home again. Soda breads, manchego cheese. Oh, manchego is a cheese, so manchego, not comma cheese. Manchego cheese, comma prosciutto. Some olives are what you're doing to get your flavor going, and then that's the savor, and the sweet loaf is dates, walnut, and orange. For Alma, an ode to antipasto and Uncle Ralph soda breads. The antipasto loaf is filled with Gruyere, salami, basil, and sun-dried tomatoes. Sweet loaf dedicated to Uncle Ralph is filled with raisins, dates, caraway, and pumpkin seeds. Rest easy, Uncle Ralph. Eliza, strong women's soda breads inspired by her grandma and her mom. The savory loaf is filled with caramelized onion, feta, and Kalamata olives. The sweet loaf is a sweet potato, coconut, pecan, and pineapple. That pineapple looked off to me.
And it was from a can, is what it was?
It was
it was canned.
Are we dying our pineapple in America?
No, so that is exactly how canned pineapple looks. For whatever reason, probably sitting in the juice turns it that color. But I could tell by the rings, how the rings were shaped. I'm like, oh, that's canned pineapple.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had pineapple look that color from a tin before, Nick.
It's always that color when I get it from a tin.
Take a look at let's compare our pineapple notes, people. Oh yeah, because we're down to like 6. That really ran by quick. Sorry, y'all. Yeah. That was it.
I love an olive bread, but there was something about the consistency of the soda bread that it looked like everybody was handling brains.
You've actually never handled real brains, have you?
No. No.
I've done both.
Yeah, no. It just looked like a cross section of brain every time, like in a jar, brain in a jar or something. The whole episode, I was just like, it looks like brains.
Oddly enough, I have seen brain, and not human. I guess that should.
Yeah, maybe I should say that. Not a human brain.
And I'm picking up what you're putting down, homie. So it's all to the kid.
Yeah, the human brain is a little smoother and more crevices.
Weird. Yeah, it's got something to it. So worry not. Let us judge it. Chris is up top. Sweet loaf probably had too much liquid as it's lost some of its definition. The cornbread loaf looks good. Prue likes the corn the way it pops. Paul enjoys the jalapeno. Great flavor. The sweet one is unusual, but absolutely delicious. The spices are a pleasure. And here in parentheses, I had to write a combination of words I don't believe I've ever heard. The spices were a pleasure? It's Prue. You wild for that one, girl. A little dense, but pretty well perfect. Flavor on both is spot on. Well done.
We're off to a great start.
Yeah. And then
not.
Elisa, look. Not good. A little bit messy. Feels very heavy. Heavy and compacted at the bottom. Paul only gets the olive from the savory loaf, which is he's surprised by because he knows how much onion is in it. And like I said, this is like 2 weeks straight for her because last week, what was it? She literally hand placed berries in the cake.
Yeah.
They fell.
I don't see the berries. Like, bro, you saw me do this. It's like, come on. Which is why I think Paul's taking it back by like, how can I, like I said, I literally watched you whip up and caramelize these things. I know they're there. They just aren't there.
Is this the one where her bottom was like a little dense and raw too? Mm-hmm.
On the sweet loaf, only the coconut shows up. Underbaked. Had it been left in for another 5 minutes, the texture would have been perfect.
It's the worst kind of critique to get. Like, what am I supposed to do with that now?
Maybe because in theory, I guess maybe if you're back the next week,
you're not gonna be making bread next week.
Yeah, but by the end, you definitely gonna have to bake bread again. You know how to find those always go.
Yeah.
So assuming that you make it that far, that may be a good data point to have. Like, oh, I gotta make sure I do what I need to do to make sure this bread is baked through.
It's also something you could just take out of the tent with you. Like Paul Hollywood, the king of bread, gave you a good bread tip for next time.
In that case, it was dang Prue, but still.
Sure.
Yeah.
For Daniel, the sweet loaf doesn't look too good. He had a bad week, y'all. I need y'all to know. And I don't think it was a bad week because he was unable to do it. I think it was just an off week.
It was so heartbreaking too, because he did so well that first week. He did, good the second week. And then this week, like every critique they gave him, I just wanted to cry. I'm like, no, not Daniel.
I like how he came in and said that bread wasn't his strong suit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he was aware, which was really nice because I think he was kind of preparing for whatever might happen.
Yep.
The savory ones are better. It's more uniform and it cuts the right way. What is the right way? I don't know. Probably, I guess, whatever. The cheese is nice and punchy, though. Paul will appreciate it more olive. It's well structured, though, and has a good crumb. As for the sweet loaf, Paul is not a fan of the caramelized pistachios being on, but not in the bread. But he does like the brie. Sure thing, buddy. But come on, it's right there. You still taste it.
Yeah, I liked it. It made it look pretty.
Yeah.
And it made it look pretty. Otherwise, the loaves just look so plain.
Yeah. So I'm like, sir, like, what would me having placed them in the dough would have done that? Just relax, Paul. Alma, Prue likes the flavor and texture of the savory loaf, but thinks it could have used more filling. Paul, again, is only tasting one thing in a loaf, and in this case, it's just the cheese. Otherwise, it's a nice loaf that tastes good. Paul loves the flavor of the sweet loaf, though, but he doesn't think it's actually sweet. Says the seeds was what makes it savory, and I'm like, I don't think that's how that works, sir.
In Middle Eastern baking, you put sesame seeds, on everything. Nigella seeds, a lot of desserts have them. So, and lemon poppy seed muffins and cake, right? So I was confused by that comment.
I'm gonna let him have it, but I'm like, sir, come on, man. Paul be on something else. So every now and again, and like I said, especially bread week, because he's such a baker. Bread is his thing. That is Paul's focus and concentration. So I get it. He's a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, man. Stop. Adela's up next. The savory one looks nice and has a nice structure to it. The sweet one is all over the place. Prue is disappointed by the savory loaf as there isn't a dominant flavor. Paul, once again, doesn't get the bacon or the cheese. Only heat. Once again, it's 3 loaves in a row where he feels like he's only getting one note.
Maybe it's him. Maybe he was having allergies or something and his taste buds were off. I was feeling very protective of Adela, and I was like, you know what? No, because she's got some good bold flavor choices, and she made that bread in like the kimchi juice, which is so innovative.
It's because we hung out with her last week.
I know.
I was on that. I was like, yeah, we just talking about people this way.
Right. And she even said too, because I was like, I'm really excited to see what you do for bread week. And she was like, don't get your hopes out. I was feeling very protective.
The sweet loaf is full of flavor, though not pumpkin, which Prue was like, I like that because I didn't really want to taste your pumpkin. I'm like, dang, Prue, chill.
And then she tied the thing up to make it shaped like a pumpkin. They had something to say about that too.
Paul doesn't taste the pumpkin or the white chocolate. So he just, like I said, they was really on one this week. I'm telling y'all, it was a really rough go for bread week, people. Until it wasn't. And that is when once Kim comes through. They like the look of both loaves. Paul likes it so much he laughs, y'all. It's like when Prue every now and again will do a little dance when she say something good, but Paul took a bite and it was a nice little crunch bite. You can hear it real, it's well mic'd. And then he goes, and I'm like, oh no. The prosciutto, the cheese, the olive all come through. Prue can't stop eating it because it's so good. Very nice. Prue loves the sweet one. They both love the orange. To Paul, it's a proper sweet soda bread, which feels like a diss to everybody else in that tent. I need you to know. It did. I was like, sound like you're saying something, but not saying something. And they both taste amazing. If you watch like we do, with a whole lot of focus. You knew what it was. Paul was cocking that hammer back to get that handshake. Hollywood handshake, no half stepping this go around. And well deserved by the homie Kim. So I love that for her.
And she called her shot. She did say that she was good at bread and that she was very excited for bread week. And up until now, I feel like Kim's been doing well in the competition. But in this moment, I was like, oh, Kim did not come to play. She's ready. She's here. Yeah. Welcome.
She makes great bread. Like her breads are really beautiful. Her scoring, like it's amazing. She and I've had like live calls to assess the readiness of my doughs before. Yeah, she's great. She's great with bread.
And I get it. It's like summer camp friends almost, you know what I'm saying? But every set of bakers seems to become real, just a nice little tight-knit family. And I love that for you guys. Because it's kind of dope to be, especially when you're an adult. It's hard to make friends when you're grown, you know?
It is, yeah.
So all of a sudden just have new tight homies and family. I love that. I love that for all you guys. So.
What's the thing I love about the show? It's a competition, but you all are not competitive with each other. And it's whatever it is about that meadow and the tent, all of that goes away almost immediately.
Yeah.
The competition is with oneself, and I dig it.
And the tent and the temperature in the tent.
At all times. So that was this week's signature challenge. Set me up, Nick.
Technical challenge this week is set by Paul. He gave it one piece of advice, and he said you may think the challenge is easy, but it is not. Challenge is 6 pillowy creme brulee donuts filled with a custard cream and covered in a crunchy caramel coating. Say that 5 times. They have 2 hours and 45 minutes.
One of my favorites. I like the way that beat drops. Technical challenge, I know what it is, people. Technical challenge is not much I can tell you, except they got to do it, and then I'll tell you how they did it. But I do want to talk to you about a creme brulee donut. You ever had a creme brulee donut?
You know, I don't do
not a creme brulee one,
things.
Million donuts.
So there's a donut spot up the way from us that makes a creme brulee donut, and I think you dig it. And also, it's just it's basically pudding. You can just get rid of it. But the flavor profile, the bite on that donut, like when you hit through that, when you break that sugar, it's just it's like all these textures, which is in a fun way. You know what I'm saying? And so I having had a creme brulee donut from a pretty decent one, if I do say so, Big Mouth Donuts in Rocky River, Ohio. People, shouts out to them. They make for a really, really good donuts. I was like, okay, I see you.
Lots of different elements too. It's a great technical challenge. You got to do a few things. None of them easy.
Bro, I've made donuts in my day, so I'm not saying I can go whip them donuts because I've not made yeasted donuts. So that is different. So I understand what is challenging about it. And watching these bakers go at it, I was like, ooh, this is a little all over the place. Some of y'all really got. Some of y'all, it was like it was very much split down the middle. Like 3 of them had it, 3 of them did not. And I was like, how'd that work out? How'd you manage that? So donuts, people, who would have ever thought they could be such a challenge? But that's exactly what tech is for, to challenge these guys with something wild. And I love Paul improved much on the. It's like, did you eat your whole donut? He goes, no, it was half. Come on,
half.
It's like you felt accused at that point.
Yeah,
that whole donut, boy.
Because you know we have to taste 6 more of them.
Had to really get on him about that. Like, you didn't eat that whole donut, did you? So, oh my gosh. So let's just judge it, people, because that's all we can do. Daniel's up first. The color is too much. The caramel is too much. Far too dark. It's not neat. Not enough filling. The inside of the dough is nice, but you can taste the burnt from, of course, the burnt sugar. Kim, much nicer. Shiny caramel, full, decent. That's literally what they like. There you go, girl. You did it. Chris, looks dark, slightly overdone. The creme pad is good though. Overdone caramel leads to a bitter flavor. This happens multiple times, y'all. Adela looks dark, but they rose nicely. They have a good shape. The caramel's a little too thick, but the overall donut is nice, and the creme pat is nice and smooth. Alma, massively underproved monster. Monsters is what he described these as, people. Could you don't do that, man? Just, I don't know. Phrase it better, man. You know, don't be mean. But like I said, it's bread week, and he really does.
Yeah.
He takes it so serious that I guess he has to come out of pocket like that. The caramel is very thick, but all right. And the donut is quite doughy. That's what Dame Prue said about it. So, Elisa, overproof, massive caramel on top, lost its shape. Donut's pretty good. She was spooning the caramel over top as opposed to dipping the donut down in it, which is what you should do, because that's how you get your little thin layer. It's like, don't. Anyway, it's just how it went down this week, y'all. I'm telling you, bread week was really rough in this 10. Let's rank them. Daniel in last in technical.
I felt so bad for him.
Yeah.
With his face. I just wanted to hug him. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't know where to begin. The caramel's too dark. It's not enough filling. The donut was in the pan for too long. Like, okay, Prue. Sorry.
Yeah, but when they did the cross section, it was like a beautiful donut. It just was, there was no filling because it was very doughy. And he said too, he's like, I don't know if these are the right shape. He knew the entire time that it had gone left.
Elisa, the caramel's all over the place. Overproof. The creme pat was all right, but the donut was still oily. We need
bread week, not creme pat week, though. Yeah.
It's a creme pat week here every week.
Right.
Fourth came Alma's. Third was Chris. Adela comes in second. Really good donut. Really nice. Caramel just a little thick.
First donuts she ever made.
Which is the wildest thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's
again.
amazing.
That's what's up. Kim, nice creme pat. Like the caramel on top. Nice white line. Good shape. Boom.
Before we go on, because this is like we're already to Showstopper. This is when they took that break because it was a double proof on those donuts, and they were bowling with the milk glasses, and they're like, Chris is a bowling instructor, so give us some pointers. And he was like, don't do it with oranges.
Good advice.
Like, first of all, that don't help. Like, bruh, I just need you to know, don't do this, and you're probably better for it. But here you go.
And I know it was clever editing, but at a certain point, the camera panned to Kim, and the look on her face is like, if y'all don't shut up with this noise, so I can make this damn donut. And Zach was like, apparently people need to cook. Like, yes, y'all are bowling.
Like, that is what they're here for. So come on, chill with that. Oh my God. And here we are, people. It's Showstopper time.
Showstopper. Showstopper challenge is what?
Four-legged.
Elaborate.
Right.
It says it's 2 big, elaborate 3D bread sculptures inspired by their favorite 4-legged friends. The sculptures may be any flavors they like, but it must be yeasted, and they must use 2 distinctly different types of bread. The judges are looking for a very impressive statement that both tastes and looks great. They have 4 hours and 30 minutes.
Nick G, were you Showstop this week?
I was. Every time we have a bread week and I talk about how it doesn't match that lion head or whatever, this is the sort of thing that I'm talking about. I want elaborate. I want a huge or detailed whatever. And there was some great work this week.
It's so funny.
What's your face doing?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Wait, because usually I'm the one who has an issue with the Showstopper challenge. I like it.
This is where there are levels to this, and I felt like we was playing. This is Champions League and Premier League type difference type here. I'm like, this is very different than what they do over there. We get lions heads and cornucopias.
One time we've had like 2 bread week challenges where I actually was satisfied in Showstop, and I've always been chasing those 2 challenges. So I don't think that we like every week on the baking show that they get a good bread week Showstopper.
Fair. Good idea. Like I like that this is what they presented. Like this is what I want you to do.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know, man. I can't call it.
I think half of them, I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you which ones I thought was dope. Well, here, we're going to talk about it right now. So yeah. Chris is up top. Breadman Dantes, which made me have to go look up Edmond Dantes, who was the guy from the Count of Monte Cristo, which I didn't know. So I was like, who's Edmond Dantes? And of course, I do know Count of Monte Cristo. Was that right?
Yes. Okay. Oh my God, one of my favorite books ever.
Good.
I love that he named it that. It's so funny. Breadman Dantes.
Inspired by chocolate-covered pretzels. It's a pretzel bread. The head is made out of pretzel bread. The limbs attached, the head and limbs are made with pretzel bread. They're going to be attached to a Mexican chocolate cherry jam-filled bread body. Fire.
Yeah.
As far as food goes. I'm just like, yo, that's kind of dope. Adela, Doughy the Holophant. You know how much I love a good punny, stupid name on this show? I love it. Every time somebody names something, that names something wild, I'm like, yeah, thank you. You've done what I need from this. It's a bread elephant made of 3 types of bread: tomato and za'atar challah body, chili crisp fougasse ears, along with jasmine custard filled milk bread. Yes. Kim, His Royal Highness Mr. Bentley.
Come on, man. A crown, a robe.
Stunning. Made with orange honey challah for the head, rosemary garlic bread for the body, and cinnamon twist legs and crown. Elisa, Misty the dog, made of pan rustico head and arms and cheddar and onion body and legs. What's up with that one?
I loved it.
Oh,
so cute.
It was so cute.
So cute.
So
Misty.
far,
she wrote Misty on there. So cute.
So far, they're all great.
Yeah.
Daniel, Acid Hank. I don't play Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm aware of it. So, olive and rosemary fougasse flame and head and a body made of chorizo and manchego. I don't know the bread type. I wish I would have wrote that down. I'm sorry. Alma, a little lamb. Yo, this lamb was okay. This was the one that I was like fire. The lamb was made of orange and cardamom French bread. That's the head, and then the body, or the fluff of the sheep, is the nut and raisin filled cinnamon roll. Bruh, some cinnamon rolls on my counter right now, people. Vanessa sent me a TikTok the other day of a place that's like about 40 minutes from here, Nick, and I was like, I might get up early and go, and then I didn't get up early. And then when I did get up, I was like, it's still only 40 minutes away. And I rode out and bought them bad boys, cinnamon rolls. It was like this cup egg situation. Everything about it was great. Roll. It was well worth me driving way out into Trump country and getting some buying them
risking life and limb.
Straight up. I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Better be good.
And then I get in the bakery and it's just like, okay, this is where the Gooby boy at. Good. So of course the Gooby would be in the bakery. Alma's I said Alma. I'll make the little lamps. We're good. That is again, we're getting to the point where it's like the bakers are going, people, and so we're down to only a few. Let's judge it all. Dangle is again up top. Impressive individually and likes how it all comes together. Loves the little olives for eyes, which I thought was pretty hilarious myself.
Yeah.
The bake and flavor are excellent on the wings and flame. Of course, they made the same thing. Powerfully flavored, really good. And the flavor is fantastic. Dope.
He saved himself.
Oh, for sure. Kim looks quite impressive. Nice loaf, chewy, beautiful orange flavor on the challah. The cinnamon twist, not good. Overbaked, poorly brewed, shape wrong, but it tastes good. Like, how you gonna give me all this and then, but you know what tastes good? It's like,
She
bro,
was like, I'll take it. I love Kim. We've gone back and forth some messages. This kind of reminded me of those like South American funerals where they like prop the person up sitting down at their funeral. I'm like, why was the dog sitting up?
you are a goof.
It was so adorable though. But my first thought was like, it's like when they put somebody sitting at the table playing cards at their funeral. It's a little confusing for my brain. Have you never seen this, Parwana?
No,
Like if the
I've never
person
seen
rode
this.
motorcycles, they
Oh my
will straight up
God.
put the corpse on the motorcycle. I'm like,
No.
why?
No.
If I walk into a funeral and your auntie is sitting at the card table with
I
a
know.
cigarette, I'm
I'd be out the
leaving.
door. I
I'm
would be out the door.
leaving. It's demonic.
Covering my eyes.
Yeah. They did that here in DC. Some rapper died
my
and it was like
God.
a party for him. But they did not tell the patrons that he would be there.
Oh my God. No.
Body just propped up wearing street clothes and in the club.
Oh my God. Not a hologram like they did.
No,
at
like
Coachella.
a whole cadaver.
Wow. Wow.
Club.
Yeah.
the
No, I
dog
dropped
sitting
out
up.
of.
The dog sitting up made me giggle for 30 minutes.
Oh my
Holy
God. I
smokes.
dropped out of my MD PhD program because of cadavers.
I couldn't.
Literally. I was like,
yeah,
I'm out. Bye.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's very good.
Mm-mm.
Man, you really threw me for a loop with Nick.
Go back and look at the dog and like with the outfit and everything. It just brought me to one of those funerals and I laughed for 30 minutes.
Oh
But
my God. I
then,
have to Google
but
these.
then Kim was telling the sweetest story to Zach. He was like, what, and she's like,
Yeah.
that I gave him a great life. I'm crying. She crying. Like,
Yeah.
yes.
Like, you played me, Zach. You set me up. Alma, they like the design. It's clever, witty, in fact. Cinnamon rolls are a little overbaked, though the middle is lovely per Prue. It's a bit hard on the outside. And Paul's like, I don't know, baby. I like them. The flavor of the cinnamon is fantastic. Prue then goes, she thinks the head isn't as flavorsome as she would have liked it. And Paul like, what are you talking about? That cardamom is hitting. I don't even like cardamom buns. And this is it. So it's very interesting to see these two kind of like not agree on this particular bake. So I was like, well done, Alma. You brought some confusion to the tent. So I dig it. Adela looks amazing. It really, y'all. I'm
So
gonna
cute.
find a picture of this dang outfit right now.
It was so cute.
It was the cutest ever. So cute.
Oh my gosh, baking show.
I just put the funeral article in there. There's one with a bunch of different pictures. So
Do you want to start? No, stop it. It's in the chat if you want to see it. But I do not. Oh
God,
my
I'm
gosh.
dying to see this. No pun intended.
Dad jokes.
Yeah. 100%.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna find this.
What was the name of the elephant again? Something cute.
It's the holla elephant. I just need to find a good image of. There we go. That's perfect. I'm gonna share my screen again. Boop. Screen, entire screen. Come on,
Man, look at the eyes
So
and the
cute.
little bow in the hair. It's just so
So cute.
freaking cute.
Yeah.
Well, here, while we go through, you know what I'm saying? Look at this. This is right here. This is Fugas. These are the little milk bread buns. It's too adorable, and I really, really, really dug it. So that's one I got. Okay, there you go. Looks amazing. Fugas is nice and spicy, but it needed longer in the oven. I just clicked off my screen. There we go. The tart tastes good, but it's underbaked. The feet are underproved and underbaked. It's like I said, they were really on this week. I was like, oh, you gotta relax, baby. But that's just what it is. Elisa, effective. Looks good together. They love the front bit. I don't even know what that means. Man, I love the front bit, like sir. But need it longer in the front bit. Pan Rustico, massively unapproved. They asked how long she brewed it. 30 minutes. Should have been about an hour.
An hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's wild. Not much life in it. The cheddar and onion loaf though tastes good, but could have used more proving. charming and lovely. Chris's last people love the design, beautifully decorated and conceived. Had not proved or baked. He's like, this is all dough, baby. The flavor is lovely. Never tasted anything like the chocolate bread. Fantastic. Great flavor, nice and bitter, works well with the cherry jam, well proved and well bright. So one out of the two, as Paul said, ain't bad. So that's what it worked out as. The pretzel bread, not so much, but the chocolate bread did work out. So I'm like, hey, that's how it worked out for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your star baker this week is Kim. Well deserved. The handshake, the well done, the well made donut, and a pretty well done Mr. Bentley for that matter. So, with the exception of the cinnamon twist, but they still tasted good. So all around, you know what I'm saying, she did what she had to do this week to earn that star baker. Sent home this week is Elisa. And I couldn't have seen sending Daniel home, who was only a person I felt was like down there if you just like go through it, you know what I'm saying?
Especially after his Showstopper. They loved everything about it.
Yeah. So
And Elisa's was great too. It's just her week up until then was, I think the under baking and over proving and like I could see why it was her over him.
For sure.
And she knew it too. She was like, my time has come.
Yeah. So I'm saying, so that's just how it works, people. I'm saying, you feel bad sending anybody home, but it is the game. Again, I feel like, and I said this in the first episode, I think, and more because more because I wanted you to be there. I feel like this last season of Bake Off, they ended up having to do 2 weeks because somebody got sick. Well, come on, man. But I know the deal. We're filming on an American filming schedule. It's a little bit different, so forth and so on. But I really wish they would let 2 weeks go by before sending home a baker, because I feel like we get to know people better, and also we get to better experience their baking skill.
I agree. I always compare this show to Drag Race, and I wish they, like Drag Race, that first week no one goes home.
Yeah.
Everyone just bakes.
Yeah, that would be great.
Especially the Americans.
For selfish
y'all have but y'all have a whole bunch of stuff to get used to. The metric system, new ovens, new ingredients.
Yeah. All of it. The jet lag, like just all of it. Yeah.
There's a lot going on there.
It's a lot.
I got a question of the week. And that's simply, do you break bread, Nick? You got a poll question if you thought about it?
I was thinking about those creme brulee donuts. So there's got to be a way to ask about donuts. Maybe your favorite donut. Do you like a cake donut?
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
I can make a poll out of that, donuts, and I'll figure that out before Friday.
Personally, as long as nothing is gonna squirt out when I bite it, I'm probably eating the donut.
I will eat it regardless. Like I used, when I was in my last trimester of my pregnancy, I made my husband drive me an hour and 20 minutes across the bay every weekend for donuts. There's a specific donut spot in Fremont, California, and
wait, what place?
It's called Bon Appetit.
Oh, because I'm from that general. I'm from that general area. Do they still exist?
Ooh, they do. Yeah, they're amazing.
I'll be out there in a few weeks. I might have to slide.
You have to check it out. They have the most unique flavor combinations. Like, it's just, but shockingly, the vanilla custard one is my favorite, and I'm not even a vanilla girl. So good.
Vanilla, people.
Worth the drive.
If you're gonna be home, Nick, and you get those, please send pictures. Thank you.
I will. As long as nothing comes out of the donut, I'm eating it. Old fashioned glazed, chocolate, spiced apple cider. I've rarely met a donut I didn't like.
Same. I will eat any and all donuts.
I will say they do a lot over here with the donuts with like a bunch of stuff on them, and sometimes that's a little bit too much. But the T, I know you're not gonna, but the maple bacon donuts glaze that they have at Astro Donuts, sensational. But sometimes I do have to knock a little bit of the bacon off.
Don't put meat on my donut. Don't put meat on
Yeah.
my dessert.
Yeah, I can't.
I would normally say the same too, but there's something about that sweet, savory,
Sweet, savory
salty
vibe. I get it.
situation.
Yeah.
Although I do like maple syrup on turkey bacon. So
See, it's basically that
yeah,
on
I
a
do
dough.
like that.
Yeah.
Make me a turkey bacon one so I can have it.
Yeah, same.
But I
same.
think it's a little different though. The turkey doesn't make fat the way that bacon does it?
I need you to like it is some turkey bacon that you can get that is, I'm not saying it's so bacon-esque, because I mean nothing gonna be like bacon. Bacon to me, you know how I feel about bacon. I ain't even get that deep. But there are some I guess higher end, I don't want to say that, but I guess that's the way I'm gonna describe it. Higher end turkey bacons.
No, I'm not like a person who I'm not a person who doesn't enjoy a turkey bacon. I mean, I would not purposely choose it if I had to, but if somebody made me turkey bacon, I'm not going to be like, ew, turkey bacon. But there's something about the flavor of it that I don't think works quite the same as the pork bacon on the donut. That's all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That should be the next technical challenge: turkey bacon donuts.
Turkey bacon donuts. Or carrot bacon or whatever.
Yeah.
Tabitha did. Yeah.
Fair. Oh my gosh. Parwana, thank you so very much for joining us.
Yeah.
It's absolutely like, I was super excited to get you on here. You were like the first person to reach out and say, hey, what's going down? And I was like, hell yeah. I'm gonna get her in this. I'm gonna get her on this show. It's gonna be great. And I was so pumped. And so of course all my other dominoes have fallen. I still got maybe. I don't know. Maybe I won't do anything for week 5. Week 5 is still blank right now, people. So we might not have a guest that week, but I don't know. I'll see what I can pull off.
Oh, bring me back. That was my favorite week.
Then it's easy as that. Parwana just became the guest for week 5. So there you go.
I love it.
See how easy that was?
Yay.
Oh my God. That was my favorite week. That's like my week, the pastry week. And
yeah, because you're
I'll send you an email here. It's just 2 weeks from now. So if 2 weeks from now you're good, then there you go. You'll be back here in 2 weeks. So how easy is that?
Awesome.
You fit well. Where can everybody follow you at if you want them to?
Sure. If they want, they can follow me at Petty Patisserie, Pari Patisserie on Instagram. Petty is just short for Parwana, my full name.
Patty is a dope nickname.
Thank you. It means fairy in Farsi, and Parwana means butterfly. So it's like I'm flitting about whatever you call me. Always flying around doing something.
Absolutely dig it. Let me walk you. Look, I got a whole thing, Nick. I wrote a thing up so I can kind of get a little more a proper exit here.
Yes.
Please join us every Thursday around 8:30 p.m. Eastern if you want to watch us do this live and be in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, then hey, there you go. If you're on YouTube, do me a solid. Comment and subscribe, but also share the video with people you think might get down with what we're doing over here. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, hit us with them 5 stars. They really go far. It makes people more notice the show. And if we're more noticed, the more people listen. Don't gatekeep us. I'm telling you, share and share alike. If you're so inclined, okay, whatever. If you want to message us, get on down with us at podcast at stagecrunchyandmilk.com or give us a call, text us, or leave us a voicemail at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We certainly love to hear from you, and hear from you we have. We got a couple of comments on the YouTube. Let me go hit them up for you. Guess who this is from? You'll never guess.
Frank?
Adela?
No. Because it's on YouTube. No, I'm going to take you back even further. It's from, of course, Miss Susan Simpson from season 1 of the Roku channel, The Great American Baking Show.
So cute.
Who says, as a former Great American Baking Show contestant, Roku season 1, I loved, in capital letters, your commentary on each bake by each baker. I'm looking forward to your podcast to come.
Oh.
I'll click back. Because then she got into another episode, and this was the one we did with Adele last week, and she said, I am enjoying this podcast so much. Watching an episode and then listening to your recap and Adela's behind-the-scenes stories are great fun.
Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Miss Susan. I'm glad we provided you some entertainment. I'm glad you gave the show a watch, a listen, and so forth and so on. It's super, super dope. I put the notes away again. I got to keep them up on the screen a little longer, everybody. Yeah, that actually is everything. Well done. There you go, people.
Wait, did you say that all?
Oh, you are so right. Let me do this because I have to. Not contract or anything like that there, but I'm one must. It's actually there. It's above what I just read, and that's why I didn't do it. I need to put it below. All 6 episodes of the Great American Baking Show are available to stream for free on the Roku channel right now, and you probably should. Now, Nick and I actually watch it week to week, although I'm aware of things because I had to be, but I actually go through and watch it week to week, and then we come through and we do this, and therefore we're kind of surprised, kind of not, but kind of surprised ourselves. So that's what makes this such a good time. Again, shouts out to the Roku channel and everybody behind the scenes who have been helping make this possible. That is, of course, Nick Jew.
I am very excited for what's to come, even though I know how it ends.
That's the best part.
Wait, I don't know how it ends. I just know who wins.
Yeah.
So it's still an adventure.
There you go. So that's the best part. I am the Internet's Tayrell 713. Bake with us again. Until next time, people. Peace.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.
Stays crunchy and milk.